Hey everyone, and welcome. Take a moment with me to look up. Way up. When we look at skyscrapers, we often see them as symbols of progress, human ingenuity, and ambition. They show us what we can achieve when we all work together. But what happens when that incredible human ambition is pointed, not toward God, but away from Him? What happens when our unity is driven by pride instead of by divine purpose? Today, we're diving into one of the most famous and misunderstood stories in the Bible, the Tower of Babel. It's not just a dusty old myth about why people speak different languages. It's a powerful, living lesson for us today. About the constant temptation to build our own kingdoms instead of seeking God's. Let's turn to Genesis chapter 11, and gently unpack this amazing story. The story begins shortly after the Great Flood. Humanity was united, speaking one language. This sounds wonderful, right? But listen to their purpose. They settled in a plain in Shinar and said. Genesis 11 verse 4. Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth. Their goal was clear, and they had three big problems with it. Let us build ourselves, self-reliance. They were the focus, not God. Make a name for ourselves, pride. They sought their own glory, not His. Lest we be dispersed, disobedience. God had clearly commanded them in Genesis 9 verse 1 to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. They wanted to stay put and concentrate their power. Their ambition, that massive building project, was a direct act of rebellion, a monument to their own ego. It was an attempt to create a secure, man-made heaven here on earth, without needing the true heaven. Think about your own life today. We may not be laying bricks, but we are all constantly building a tower. You build a career tower so high that your identity is tied only to your title and salary. You build a social tower of followers and likes, seeking validation and fame from the crowd instead of affirmation from the Father. You build a financial tower of security, believing money will protect you from every possible future fear, making God unnecessary. When our energy, time, and unity are poured into building a project for ourselves, to save ourselves, to glorify ourselves, or to secure ourselves, we are building a modern-day Babel. And the Bible shows us that when we try to reach heaven through human effort, God steps in. God didn't destroy their tower. He didn't even stop the project by physically striking them down. He did something far more profound and strategic. He confused their language. Genesis 11 verses 7 to 8, Come, let us go down, and there confused their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord dispersed them from there over the face of all the earth. The moment they couldn't communicate, their prideful unity collapsed, and their ambitious project stopped dead. God's judgment wasn't cruel, it was a corrective action to remind them that true progress and true unity can only be built on His foundation and in obedience to His will. He honored His original command to fill the earth by scattering them, teaching them that His plan is greater than their plan. The story of Babel leaves us with a beautiful challenge. Stop trying to reach God by building your own tower of success, pride, or self-sufficiency. God has already come down to us through Jesus Christ. The only building project that will last is the one built on humility, obedience, and unity under the cross. 1 Peter 2 verse 5 reminds us, You yourselves like living stones are being built up as a spiritual house. Let's tear down the towers of self-reliance we are building today and submit our lives, our ambitions, and our unity to Jesus. If you receive this powerful lesson today and are ready to stop building your own Babel, please take a moment right now and type Amen in the comments below. Let's commit to building God's kingdom, not our own. May the Lord bless your obedience and guide you to His purpose this week. See you next time.